All right. Settle down. And we're back again, this time with a review of Sayat Nova from Bortnikoff, which was sent to me from a very generous viewer that wishes to remain anonymous. This is the 3 ml Attar, and he sent the 9 ml Eau de Parfum. And this is the same gentleman that sent Bois de Portugal a few months back, so thank you very much. If somebody wishes to send perfume for review, you can, I'm easily found at Instagram, Facebook, or even here at YouTube. And the last 2 videos wouldn't have been possible without my very generous viewers. And I had a lot of fun reviewing both of these, experiencing Sayat Nova, which I never would have been without your generosity, and Le Lion de Chanel. So neither of those would have been possible without you guys. So thank you so much. So Sayat Nova is a collaboration between Bortnikoff, which I have very, very little experience with, and Rajesh Balkrishnan. And I'm, ignorant to both of these brands and perfumer. I've never smelled anything from either. These artisanals aren't really in my wheelhouse. I'm just so busy with the things that I do have and the things that I chase after. Outside of Oriental Lador, who once sent me a sample pack, and I was really, really impressed. And I keep saying to myself, I have to venture out of my comfort zone and find, dig deeper into like the Ensars, Oriental, and Bortnikoffs, and find a lot, or study a lot of these natural things. But this is very different than what I was expecting. And when you set expectations, you usually end up disappointing yourself. And that's what happened to me. I was expecting something similar to what I had gotten from Oriental, very skanky, fecal, barnyardy, ouds, indolic florals, civet-y compositions, castoreums, and deer musks and all that kind of thing, oak mosses and stuff like that. And when I had smelled this, I was like, wow, okay, this doesn't smell anything like those. And not that I was disappointed, but it was just not what I had expected. So this is a Gourmand that Bortnikoff had released. At least they classify it as a Gourmand, and I see it as, okay, sure, Gourmand, it's got a lot of sweet notes, but could have either gone Gourmand or woody Oriental, because there's a lot of wood notes, and you've got that Oriental base of amber, vanilla, and benzoin. And what this really is, what it comes down to, or what I get, this is a really well calibrated tobacco vanilla. I get heaps of tobacco from this, especially in the dry down, mixed with that really sweet vanilla, really warm, creamy, just sensual vanilla, smoky vanilla, a lot of what I perceive to be oud. I know Bortnikoff lists 3 different types of ouds, and again, I was expecting dirty, animalic, barnyardy, just really strange stuff, which I like, but I don't get any of that. I don't get anything challenging or absurd or barnyardy. It's just really warm, smoked, sweet woods, and they're very playful. They just kind of swirl around you when you're not expecting, and they come out, like the same way a candle burns and then it'll let out a poof of smoke, or just kind of watching butterflies parade around the field. That's kind of how this oud transitions. It's very flirtatious, and the moment I want more, or I feel like I want more of that oud, I smell it and it smells so good, give me more, I'm craving it, it disappears. And it does a back and forth, it plays that peekaboo. When your body warms up, it comes out. It's very flirtatious. It lets you know that, it's here, it wants to play. And it goes away, then you forget about it. And the moment you do, it comes back. So it does that constantly through the life of this perfume. Really fun game that the oud does. Really enjoy that. So that tobacco in the base, it's quite leathery. I get a lot of leather from this, which doesn't surprise me. Bortnikoff lists an osmanthus in here, and to me it's not, I can definitely pick up aspects of osmanthus. To me it's not a very fruity osmanthus, or it's not the fruit of the osmanthus. It's, sorry, no, they list an apricot, and it's not the fruity apricot. It's, to me, it almost, I sense like an osmanthus that gives off nuances of leather and nuances of apricot. So it's more the skin, the fur of the apricot than it is the juiciness of an apricot. So just really, just things that I perceive. We're all going to perceive things differently, but there's a lot of dryness in this perfume. And I almost sense like a dry bran or a dry cereal in the base to offset a lot of that sweetness. So it's almost like a dry cereal or dry wheat or dry bran. Almost like hay. And that could be coming from Narcissus, which is another listed note. So Narcissus will come off dry, like dry hay, and also give off tobacco effects. I get massive doses of tobacco. I don't think I've seen tobacco listed in this anywhere. But dry hay and tobacco, maybe even a coumarin to go along with that Oriental base. Lots of cherry in this I'm sensing, so it's either a heliotrope or a cherry essence. I get like these sparkling cherries in the top, very fruity. To me, it's more, the fruit notes are coming from cherries than they are of any kind of apricots, and also picking up what I perceive to be as like a marzipan. So that tobacco to me is very honeyed, and I'm sensing almonds. And if it wasn't with my experience with Guerlain, I would never have noticed this, but Guerlain uses marzipans and almonds a lot and heliotropes, and that's just really what I'm feeling. So it's very, so marzipan is a dessert, an almondy honeyed dessert, and that's what I'm finding in this perfume. Very complex perfume, constantly changing and evolving, but I really struggled with this when I had first gotten it, especially with the attar. I found the attar very lazy. Almost, it was to the point where I had to email Mr. Generous and say, where did you get these? Because I'm not sure what they are trying to do here. And he said he got the attar from Lucky Scent and this directly from Bortnikoff. So, I think with this perfume specifically, patience is a virtue. And I almost had given up. I was like, no, I don't have time for this. I don't want to deal with this right now. And but I didn't. I continued on. Luckily and gladly I did, because it's a gorgeous perfume. This is a very romantic fragrance. It's not butch. It's not bold. It's not cloying. You're not going to project anybody out. What this is a love story unfolding. It's just reading a novel, a romantic novel, page by page. And this is sort of the way it unfolds on my skin. Very weightless, transparent, effortless. It just kind of wafts here, wafts there, until it starts to morph. And once it combines with your skin chemistry and just, everything comes together, it's unbelievably gorgeous, this perfume. So I'm really glad that I was able to be patient, because I wasn't, there was a point where I was like, I'm done. I want to go apply something else. And the moment, I just kind of stopped and became conscious of it. It was like, okay, wow, I can see this is changing, and it's progressing. You can definitely see there's a lot of progressions in this, and they're just so effortless. The transitions are rounded. They're perfect. There's no sharp edges, no corners, just these effortless transitions. It's almost like it was created with video editing software or something. Just very rounded and almost perfect, you know, if not perfect. Absolutely gorgeous, you know. At the end of the day, all these notes, they all just kind of fuse to become one. Very woody, lots of wood, lots of smoke, lots of sweet, warm vanillas, those fruity notes in the top. Absolutely, you know, it was like spellbinding, this perfume. So I'm really glad that I was able to sample this and review it for you guys. I know Bortnikoff's got kind of a cult following. I am unfortunately know very, very little about a lot of these artisanal brands, but I'm going to start looking into these a little bit more. Guys, let me know your thoughts on Sayat Nova. I'm really curious. I love reading your comments. I know people come here, they watch my review, they read your comments, so they're getting more than just one review. They're getting, you know, they're educating themselves. So drop your comments below. Hit that like button. And we will see you in the next one.